You're watching Valley Sports, the home of the Spurs, Rangers, Stars, and Wings.
If the regular season is the main course, preseason basketball must be an appetizer. And this season, the Spurs have quite an appetizer to enjoy.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama.
What's up, Coach?
The Spurs will add the top pick in this year's draft to combine with a young nucleus of veteran players, and the goal remains the same.
Winning is as important this year as learning was in the past.
Tonight, we get our first look at the team the Spurs will put on the court for the 2023-24 season. And what an appetizer it should be. Welcome to Oklahoma City. Spurs basketball ready to get after it once more. Glad to have you aboard. San Antonio with the preseason opener taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder here at the Paycom Center in OKC. Jeremy Sohan sits this one out. A little soreness from the workouts. Wemby is ready to go. Victor Wembanyama leading the Spurs tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Land along with Sean Elliott. In case you forgot what we look like. Haven't aged a bit, right?
Not one bit. Not you anyways.
Man, the excitement is just hard to contain myself over, even though it's a preseason game. The Spurs, the #1 pick, and we knew it was coming. And you go back to David Robinson of '87, previous #1s overall. Of course, Tim Duncan, and then Victor Wembanyama adds his name to that special company. It really adds to the excitement level of this season.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen San Antonio so excited over a draft pick. And I feel like this year, Bill, I'm going to have to continue to tell the fans to just take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. We need to temper our expectations. I see so much hype and hoopla. Oh, we're going to make the playoffs. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. He's going to take his lumps at points this season, and there are going to be times where he looks absolutely spectacular. You can't get carried away no matter what he does. This is a process, and I'm going to continue to remind Spurs fans that he's only 19 years old. He is so far from the finished product.
On the other side, there's some excitement in the building because Chet Holmgren, another 7-footer, who was the #2 pick a year ago, sat out because of a foot injury, gets his action against Victor tonight.
Yeah, and he's had an advantage. Even though he didn't play last year, he got a chance to sit out, watch the practices, watch the team, travel with the team. So he's got a little bit more experience than Victor right now, and he's supremely talented. But when we both looked at him across the court, when you look at him, you look at Victor, he only looks like he's like 6'10". Victor's so tall, it's amazing.
It is going to be fun. Preseason, they fired up for the preseason, but of course, you take a look at the regular season, and what better way than to start things off against the Dallas Mavericks. But overall, Sean, 14 sets of back-to-backs. The rodeo trip is always big, and I love the 2 games in Austin as well.
Yeah, you know, when I looked at this schedule when it first came out, I didn't think it was that bad. Our guys are going to have plenty of time to get rest. It's not that grueling. Hopefully, it turns into a few more wins.
And don't forget about the in-season tournament. We'll have more on that a little bit later. And here's an interesting note. #1 pick separated by 21 years. Well, LeBron James and Victor Wembanyama, look at that. LeBron drafted in 2003 before Victor was born.
I tell you what, when you look at that graphic, it's a testament to LeBron James. I think he's taught a lot of players in this league how to be professional, how to take care of themselves. That's a remarkable career for his longevity.
We look forward to getting this one rolling here tonight. The Spurs and the Thunder coming up straight ahead.
Starting at forward, 6'4" from Arizona State, #5, Lucas Torres. At forward, 6'5", 6'5" from Santa Clara, number 8, Jalen Williams. At center, 7'1" from Gonzaga, number 7, Chad Holmgren. At guard, 6'8" from Australia, number 3, Josh Giddey. And at guard, 6'4" from Kentucky, number 22, Cason Wallace. The head coach of your Thunder is Mark Hinkle.
San Antonio Spurs basketball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Methodist Healthcare Systems, serving humanity to honor God. A lot of fans were here to greet Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs when they arrived late yesterday afternoon, and now ready to go for the first preseason game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, with your Spurs, and you see Pops decided to go with, he said, the two bigs to lead the way. Victor Wembanyama and Zach Collins will be in that starting 5, and they'll be complemented by Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny, as well as Trey Jones. Remember, the Spurs without Jeremy Sohan and Keldon Johnson, just some general soreness from training camp, nothing serious. On the OKC side, Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, better known as J-Dub. Cason Wallace, the rookie, gets the start out of Kentucky, along with Luguentz Dort and Josh Giddey. Wallace getting the call because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, their all-star and all-NBA pick from a year ago, is out tonight as well.
Well, he played the whole summer for Team Canada, and they're making completely the right move here with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I might not play him until the last 2 games of the preseason. I mean, he just needs his rest from going all summer long.
Yeah, with international play, summer league for the young guys, and almost year-round basketball anymore.
It's turned into year-round.
Right, training camp's not to get into shape, that's just to get everybody together and fine-tune things.
You better be in shape come training camp.
Wembanyama and Holmgren, it comes off to Dort. And Pizza Hut presenting tonight's tip-off. Glad to have them back with us as Holmgren out front, guarded by Collins. Pass deflected by Jones. It goes right to Collins and back to Trey.
Great hands there to start off the game from Trey. Prevents an easy 3-ball look.
Nice feed from Victor to Collins, and a foul is called.
There's Victor. I think we've all seen this. He does this extremely well. He's got great court vision, a terrific passer. Setting the table for Zach Collins early on.
Yeah, the two bigs working together. Sean, we were talking before the game about, it was Devin Vassell at training camp said, hey, there's always going to be these moments with Victor. He didn't put up great numbers in the open scrimmage on Saturday, but he made one of those passes that went like about 40 feet underhanded to the corner for a wide open 3, and he's just got so many skills.
Yeah, a little bit of Jokic on that, or Jokic.
Yes. Holmgren, the miss, and Vassell comes away with a rebound.
And how about the versatility when you have Zach Collins out there who has a little bit more experience? Because, you know, Zach's accustomed to guarding NBA players. He starts off on Holmgren, and you're allowing Victor to start off on Wallace.
Nice pass from Collins that time after they exchanged the ball, and Trey Jones knocks down the jumper. The 3 gives the Spurs a 5-0 lead. Dort back out. Williams with the miss. Comes off to Jones. Collins, another good feed and a tricky underhand.
look from Trey Jones.
Well, outside of Doug McDermott, I think Trey Jones makes the best cuts on this team. His cuts are always hard, and they're with a purpose.
Jones coming off a career year, averaging nearly 13 points. Led the club with 6.6 assists per game. Giddy with a miss. Loose one comes out. Wembanyama, Dort chased it down. And there again, you go back to throw it over his head,
right? If
you can.
Just throw it up there. Here's Trey Jones making a great backdoor cut, then uses the rim nicely to protect his shot, keeping it away from Dort. I'd see a lot more of that from Trey Jones this year.
Vassell. This came off to Holmgren, and now Giddy. Back to Holmgren, out of Gonzaga, going against another Gonzaga X and Collins, and a foul is called on Zach.
Here's Holmgren showing you some of his talent. A little razzle-dazzle on the perimeter. I'm not sure if Zach hit him down low as he goes into his shot, but you can see he has a world of ability.
See Holmgren, who a 1 year at Gonzaga, averaged 14 and 10, 3.6 blocks per game. And then had that Jones fracture, the same injury that Kevin Durant, a one-time Thunder player, had. And as you can imagine, Sam Presti and crew played it very safe and worked him back into shape and conditioning, but he learned the mental part of the game.
Well, when the big guys, 7 feet tall, they start having foot injuries, you better get concerned. You better be concerned.
Jim Penny with a miss. Julian, just an outstanding finish to last season, along with several of the other Spurs coming down this stretch. That'll be an and one opportunity. It's Trey Jones.
Take a look at this one. And, oh, that is a charge. Trey Jones is waiting on him.
He's getting an explanation now.
Yeah, Trey's exactly right.
He looks to the bench. I don't know if that was a replay, coach.
Well, it's preseason for everybody.
Jeff Penny off the miss gives it back out to Trey. Vassell knocks it down. He was on fire in the scrimmage, and one of his teammates said he's been on fire for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and he can get his shot off against anybody, and he's learning more and more how to get that shot off. Little step backs, that beautiful high release. We've talked about it for years.
Holmgren shows you a slick move getting to the bucket.
That showed you, again, his smarts. Didn't even put the ball on the floor. Doesn't have to with his kind of length.
Victor misses with a three. Rebound comes off to Holmgren. 9:09 to go, first quarter of the first preseason game. Holmgren against Collins. And draws the foul.
Same type of play that Zach picked up his first foul on. Again, I don't know. We have to take a look at that one. As he spins. He's already knows how to draw fouls, because he, on that instance there, he's the one drawing the contact. He's throwing his right elbow and creating the contact into Zach Collins.
Yeah, these two 7-footers have seen each other before in the FIBA Under-19 finals, where the USA was the winner with Holmgren's team. Wembanyama's had a much better stat line, if you will, but certainly they're familiar with one another.
Well, they're going to get more familiar with each other, too. I mean, the rivalry is back. When you're talking about the next 2-3 years and these teams really start to develop going forward, I mean, the OKC San Antonio Spurs, those Western Conference battles that we had over the years, that's going to be the norm again.
Yeah, and the Thunder in their rebuild, as you look at Mark Daigneault in his 4th year, a lot of people thought he should have been Coach of the Year last year. Dort knocks down the 3. They won 40 games last year, improved by 16 games, and that was without their top draft pick. And that's because that guy is kind of a do-it-all player, the Aussie Giddy.
Oh, he's a beautiful passer. We got a chance to talk to Davis Bertans before the game. I said, hey, Davis, fun team. He said, yes, Josh Giddey loves to pass. Everybody loves that. Everybody wants to be out there with a great passer.
Thunder up a pair. Wembanyama tried to Get it to Jones in the corner. It ends up being a turnover. 8:16 on the clock here in the first quarter at the Paycom Center. Big crowd on hand, as you might anticipate. Underneath, Williams blocked by Champagny, and a foul will be called.
Well, you saw that turnover last possession. Trey Jones is trying to throw the ball over the top to Victor. There's the foul, no question about it, on the arm. But the one thing that Victor loves to do, and the coaching staff is encouraging, is to get out there, run the floor, find yourself one-on-one with a little guy in the paint. You know, a la Shaq. Shaq was probably the best that I saw at doing it, where he'd sprint down the floor, he'd have a mismatch, he'd just throw the ball over the top. The problem is right now, Bill, is that our guys are still figuring out how to play with Victor and how to get him the basketball. Throw it up there. Throw it to the ceiling. He's going to get it.
Thunder, after being down early, has come back on a pretty good roll to lead at 13-10. Here is Vassell with a stop and pop, and he is fouled. And Devin will get a pair.
And he has a chance to be the mid-range master. He's got that beautiful jump stop, getting a high release. I haven't seen anybody get to it yet. Year number 4 for Devin. And again, I just haven't seen anybody block that shot yet. If somebody might get it on the way up, but when he gets to his apex, his peak, it's going to be tough to get to that shot, and he realizes that.
Speaking of improvement, last year a career high 18.5 after 5.5 as rookie, and then 12 points per game in 21-22, and rewarded with a huge contract extension, and rightfully so. Last year, just 38 games, and even in the 38 he played, as Wembanyama shows you something he can do that others can't.
Yeah, exactly.
But in Vassell's 38 games, he was playing with a sore knee most of the year, and then finally had surgery and sat out. Williams with a follow, won't go. Rebound, and out to Wembanyama, and there you go.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too many of those blocked.
Just like that.
And that's what we were just talking about, the fact that he can get out and run the floor, and he's going to find himself with mismatches. And how about the first bucket, Bill? You know, he's going to do something every night that makes you go, wow. That's over a 7'1" guy there in Holmgren. And he makes him look small. When he gets out, he runs the floor, and the pass is over the top. He's patient there, and no one's going to block that one.
The first 4 for Victor in the preseason, coming on back-to-back dunks. And the Spurs take the lead at 15-13. The foul sends Lugens Dort to the free throw line, 50-year player. Arizona State, another Canadian.
Yeah.
Canada's got such a strong national team.
Well, they're going to be dangerous. No question about it. But you go back to Victor, Bill, he's going to make other players have to go back to fundamentals. You know, you can't just watch a ball go up like Holmgren did on the free throw line and expect to get it, because he's going to go over the top of you, and he just has too much length. And he goes over Holmgren like that. Imagine smaller players in this league.
Jones blocked, and a foul on Dort. He'll get 3 free throws.
That's a part of Trey's game he's going to have to continue to improve upon. And I like the fact that the defense goes underneath the screen, and he's going to try to make them pay by shooting that 3 ball. We saw a tremendous leap in his 3-point shooting ability from the season before to last season. He continues to make strides like that. It's not going to be so easy to go underneath the screen on him.
Yeah, last year 28%, but vastly improved over his 20% from the year before, and you know he's only going to get better.
Right.
That's what's so exciting about all of these young players are still far from the top, and they've all got areas that they're going to improve in. And you throw that in with the addition of Wembanyama and some of the others, more good things are ahead. There's the block by Victor.
And that's going to linger. That lingers in the back of your mind as an offensive player. That's a great move there by Dalen Williams, but he tries to lay it up, and he just served it up on a platter. Here, beautiful crossover, but go ahead, big fella. Eat that one up, and Victor does exactly that.
Well, if you're wondering, does the new kid get yelled at like every other rookie? Victor Wembanyama was asked about how Pop has been dealing with him.
If you screw up at one point on something the coach told you specifically to not do or to do, it's everybody on the line. You run a full court, down and back, or something else. Depends on the mood of the coach.
Has Pop yelled at you yet?
Yeah. Yeah. It came later than I expected, but yeah, finally. I'm glad he yelled at me.
Have you been to?
You remember your first exposure to Pop really getting on you as Victor gets the and one?
I mean, no, because there were so many instances. It was every day.
Wow. That was impressive on the drive.
Yeah, it was, and he's going to get to another 7-footer, beautiful crossover, and he's going to win that battle majority of the time. His crossover just goes right through Chet Holmgren.
It was interesting that Pop was asked in the pregame, and he has already a couple of times this season, about the attention paid to Victor, and he said, hey, the hoopla, this is nothing new. It's been going on for a couple of years for this guy.
Right.
So that part of the game, he doesn't really have to adjust to, although it's going to be a different level.
No question, but he's used to it, and he's level-headed.
Yes. Three-point play gives the Spurs a lead by 6. Wallace with a miss. Rebound comes off to Malachi Branham, who just entered the ball game. Right with Jones. Collins with the ball. Zach for 3. And the rebound to Williams. J-Dub, who averaged 14 a game last year. Rookie out of Santa Clara last year. Heck of an impression. Holmgren shows you his ability to go outside.
Oh, he's going to be a nice player. Looks like he's bleeding a little bit. Took a shot from Victor on that drive.
Wembanyama's fouled again.
Fantastic. Exactly what you wanted to see. Here's a beautiful pass from Giddey. Who wouldn't want to play with a point guard that has that kind of size, court vision, he's backing down the defense, you lose vision on Holmgren, and he gets a wide open 3-ball.
Wembanyama goes to the free throw line for the Spurs. 21 and 10 is what he averaged last year for the Metropolitans 92 in the Pro A League in France.
Yeah, he's bleeding somewhere in his mouth. He got popped on that last penetration. But Victor is hanging in there, though. Showed a lot of focus to knock down that last 3.
And Holmgren with the rebound off to the Wembanyama miss. 6:07, about halfway point here, the first quarter. Back out to Giddey.
Just space him. There you go. That's going to be hard for a lot of guys to get that shot on. It's going to be a major adjustment for them. Because that size is so intimidating. Got to get that shot off a lot quicker.
Spurs harass Wallace into a turnover, and
Don't go for that one.
oh, goodness.
Let's stay out of it. Holmgren, he had to make a business decision there.
He's got 10. Holmgren right back at you the other way against Zach Collins and gets an and one. The 7-footers putting on a show tonight.
They are. The future of the league on full display. And Wemby got in there, and may have gotten a piece of that one. Then he gets out and runs the floor. And, that one needs to come with a disclaimer. Jump at your own risk. And there's Holmgren. I mean, that's a terrific effort there to make that body contact, absorb it in the air, right yourself. Beautiful touch off the glass. Both 7-footers are showing off all their skill.
Victor takes a break, 10 points, a rebound, block, and a couple of ferocious dunks. And on the other side, Holmgren getting that blood taken care of before he goes to the line for an and one. He's got 10 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist.
Can you imagine when the game really slows down for both these guys? Here's where he gets hit in the face. Oh, he gets headbutted there.
Yeah.
Victor's probably the only player in the league that can headbutt a guy who's 7'1". Penetration.
Holmgren rattles out on the free throw. Collins with the rebound. The Spurs brought in Doug McDermott along with Usman. There is Malachi Branham.
He has a chance to be a star.
He had a great summer.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just silky smooth.
Giddy for two to make it 26-22.
Oh, what a beautiful fake there.
Collins blocked by Holmgren, and Holmgren wrestled it away.
They brought it back to him. Go back to that little left-hand hook. He's got Holmgren buried underneath the basket.
Giddy guarded by McDermott. 4:39 remaining in the first. Holmgren missed the chip. He got his own.
Oh, it's a heck of a play. Wow. Spin around. To keep your faculties, know exactly where you're at on the floor. That's a beautiful play there from Holmgren.
Collins off the mark on the tray. Rebound comes off to Usman Jang, the 6'10" second-year player, another Frenchman. Giddy the miss. Holmgren there to muscle it back in.
So he's showing off all his length there, but it looked like Zach had that rebound. He's just able to reach over the top of him.
Osman. And one for Cedi Osman.
Here's a player that you don't want to sleep on. He is multi-talented. When he said earlier this summer he feels like Pops the coach is going to bring out his versatility, he wasn't lying. He can do a lot. He can shoot the ball. He can put it on the floor. It's a beautiful little float there. He uses his body to keep the defense at bay. He's got good size. Guy who can play.
Last year with Cleveland, averaged over 8 points a game, along with a couple rebounds and assists, played in 77 games, and 28 years old, his 7th year in the league. And the Spurs lead at 29-26. High scoring first quarter with 3:45 remaining. McDermott trying to get a little room there to Giddy. He drives and no, he doesn't score. And Osman comes away with it. McDermott back to Cedi to Dub. Quick trigger. Count it!
I already love this combo. Already love the combo. These guys just played a little two-man game back and forth, sharing the basketball with each other until one found a wide open jumper. It happened to be Doug McDermott. There's Osman, beautiful penetration, puts it right back to McDermott for the big three ball.
Less than 9 minutes in, Sean's in. Yeah, the newly named Frostbank Center was jumping on Saturday with the open scrimmage. A crowd of over 13,000. Some literally camped out before they got in. Some of that enthusiasm is carried over here to Oklahoma City tonight as Spurs fans to watch the preseason opener.
And you've got aliens out here. They're excited to see Victor.
And naturally, the truck said it was the Elliott family. Once again, everything starts off happy, and they have to start division. Golly, can't even get through a preseason half.
Right?
3:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Spurs will start off 10 of 16 shooting. Dort knocks that one down. They're now 10 of 22. Blake Wesley brings it across. Osman. Charles Bassey in the lineup now, trying to set a screen on top. Wesley never reached for the quickness, got to the rim, but couldn't score. And the rebound comes off to OKC, and Jay Will. Remember, they had two Jalen Williams. The Will is the 6'10" out of Arkansas. Jay Dub, Santa Clara product that averaged over 14 a game last year. McDermott, classic Dub.
He starts to make his move before he even caught the basketball. Classic McDermott. Able to read the defense, realizes which way the white jerseys are shifting, cuts back against the grain, gets an easy layup.
Wiggins had it slapped away. J. Dub gives it up. Nearly got it back. Bassey clawing away. A foul is called.
Fouls on number 14, Blake Wesley. That's his first.
Blake Wesley picks up his first with 2:07 remaining in the first.
Isaiah Joe at 5.
I want to remind you, we talked about the Frostbank Center. Spurs will be home on Friday night for their preseason home opener as they take on the Miami Heat. And you might have seen a printed start time. It has been changed. It is 6:30 on Friday night for the Spurs and the Miami Heat. And of course, you want to see the Spurs. You also want to see what Jimmy Butler's got for hair.
Right.
Catch that media
Pretty
day
crazy,
look.
huh?
Oh, boy.
I don't know how you can keep that while you're playing. Well, we saw a few guys years back, right, where their hair was just impeding their shot. You couldn't see the basket.
Branham knocks down the 2. The Spurs lead it by 7, 36-29. Bassey cobbles up the rebound on the miss from Isaiah Joe. Chetty's ball is deflected off of the Thunder out of bounds to the Spurs.
Right idea. Try to push the pace, apply a little pressure. Find Malachi Branham all by himself in the corner.
Wesley inbound to McDermott. Oh, knocks down the 3. Talk about a quick trigger. Doug McDermott ready to fire.
Probably worked off Charles Bassey that time nicely. Used the screen twice from Charles.
Spurs defense led by Wesley comes away with a steal. Shovels it to Osman. He misses the 3. Rebound to J-Dub.
Right idea there.
Will brings it up.
Right idea there from Blake Wesley. Maybe hold it half a second longer. Let Osman get maybe a foot or 2 closer so he doesn't have to really rush the shot or put it on the floor.
On the drive.
Oh, good hands there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Blake does well. And he anticipates passing lanes, and he's got tremendous speed in the open court.
Here's some of that speed as he comes back to Bassey. Now spots Osman. Inside a minute remaining. Chetty muscled it up and in.
Look at his size.
A
right there.
41-point first quarter for the silver and black.
Oh, Joe plays solid defense there. Chetty just goes right over the top of him.
Spurs again get it via the turnover with 30 seconds remaining.
I think they might try to push it and go 2 for 1 here, but I like this decision.
Bassey back to Wesley. And Blake drains the jumper.
And great patience there by Charles Bassey as well. To handle that ball out top, make the decision either give it to McDermott or give it to Blake Wesley there and then go set a screen.
Spurs shooting 65% of their largest lead, 43-29. 4 seconds remaining. And a foul with 1.7 on the clock. Williams will go to the line. Branham picks up the personal. Jalen Williams. J-Dub averaging 14 a game, 4.5 boards. He was number 4 among rookie scorers last year. Number 12 pick from 2022 out of Santa Clara.
Yeah, fantastic campaign.
.7 remaining as Williams takes care of business for the Spurs. Trying to get a shot into McDermott. He fires. Oh, almost banked it in.
Wouldn't have surprised me if that one had fallen where our guys put in the basket in this first quarter. And Victor Wembanyama, terrific start. Right over the top of Holmgren, took his time on that one. Beautiful block. About an and one. And then don't even think about that one.
Welcome back to the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, the preseason opener for your San Antonio Spurs. Spurs shoot a blistering 63%, hit 4 threes, Victor Wembanyama with 10 points in his first appearance as a Spur. In 6.5 minutes played, overcomes 14 from Chet Holmgren, the 7-footer for the Thunder, who were held to 37% shooting. And the Spurs lead it by 13 going to the second quarter. Wembanyama overthrows it, looking for Bassey.
He thought he was throwing it to himself.
Throw it high. With Victor, you can throw it high, not with Bassey, just not that high.
Well, you know, Bassey right now on the floor with Victor looks like he's 6'8". You know, and he can get off the ground too.
Right.
And it just makes everybody he shrinks everybody else around him.
Isaiah Joe goes to the line. Shoot 3.
On the Spurs, since Isaiah Joe to the line, he averaged 9.5 a year ago, shot 41% and led them with 161 threes.
2 more guys, 2.
Yeah, Doug battling, but just got a little bit too much body on that one. Oh, that's a good call.
And he gets 3. Pulls the Thunder back within 10. Spurs preseason opener. Be at home Friday at the Prospect Center, 6:30 for Miami. A pair of games next week at home against the Houston Rockets. There is inside Bassey. Good feed from Victor Wembanyama. Just Bassey couldn't finish it off. Spurs defense is everywhere though.
A lot of arms.
Wesley. Vassell in tight quarters. Bassey hustle play to tip it in.
There's a lot of long limbs out there, Bill.
Williams the miss. Bassey the rebound. And Wesley.
Oh, throw it over the top to him. See, again, that's what I'm talking about. And you know, Manu Ginobili talked about it the first day of practice. He said guys are still trying to adjust on how to throw him the ball. He's not 6'8". Throw it up where no one, look at the size difference here. Throw this ball up here, not down here. But everybody's doing it. Every player, they're throwing these low passes to him when he has such a size advantage. Throw it up in the air when only he can get to it.
McDermott, great cut and nice find. Spurs back to their 14-point lead, matching their largest in the early moments of the second. And Victor Wembanyama with the foul on a three-point shot at the other end.
Well, he's kicking himself over that one, but he's not going to get too many of those this year. He's going to figure it out how to get to guys' shots. And all he has to do is block a few of them, Bill, and then it's in the back of everybody's mind that I need to have a lot more space than I think to get this shot off.
And Pop was asked a little bit about Victor and how do you coach him? And he said initially, take a guy like this and you just leave him alone. You find out where he's comfortable, what he does well, and where he wants to be. And he's had great success. And then you find out, all right, where's he fit here and there? And that's the way he said he worked with Tim Duncan. And he said, why would I mess with Timmy?
Yeah, he didn't work with me that way.
Well, you just told me yelled at.
Go get in the corner.
Isaiah Joe at the free throw line. And Joe converts. Last year, 82% free throw shooter. With your player out of Arkansas, 47-36.
Again, throw it up higher. He's a constant alley-oop. If you just throw the ball up there, no one else is going to get to it. Our guys are going to figure it out after a while.
Well, it's almost like the Spurs are saying, oh, I've got to clear my defender with the pass. That's not the problem.
Right.
No, you got to throw it high to this guy. Your defender's not going to come near it.
No.
Bassey stays with it. And the slam dunk.
And that's what I'm talking about, Charles, there. I mean, that shows you that knee is just fine. That's an explosive play there. And he's off the ground quickly.
35 games last year, averaged 5 and 5 for the Spurs. Spurs come after it, but Wiggins is able to convert on the bucket. Aaron averaged 6.8 a game. He's out of Maryland. Wembanyama sees the double team come, pulls up, Vassell back to Wembanyama. And he is fouled. And he will get 3. That's how the game's changed, right? You get an offensive glass, kick it out to a 7'4" guy for the 3.
Right. Hard to see what happened there. They're going to call a timeout. They're going to call a timeout, and Mark Dagenham got on it quickly. He's going to want to review it.
Pop is saying, wait a minute, you handed the ball to Victor Wembanyama. We'll take a brief timeout. We'll sort it out.
All right, he's got the ball in his hands. You can't call a timeout then.
You be the judge. All right, this was ruled as a successful challenge. They challenged the foul period. And you could see anything. He got his fingers maybe well after the release. But as a result, the new rule changes. They're having the in-game flopping penalty these days. And the coach's challenge, the second challenge, is awarded now if successful in the first challenge. Now, they did use a timeout because that was their first timeout. And because this challenge was successful, they go to center court for the jump ball between the two 7-footers.
Yeah, no, I like that because you shouldn't be penalized if you win the challenge.
Right. Good move. Devin Vassell, short on the jumper, loose one off to Bassi.
Good hands there.
Champagny knocks down the triple. Julian, last year, the last 5 games of the season, he averaged 20 a game. 22-year-old out of St. John's.
Yeah, he had some nutty performances where he had 20 or 22 and a half. I mean, I believe he did that twice down the stretch.
He had 26 against Sacramento in a game that helped deny the Kings to celebrate their entrance into the playoffs in the first time in forever. Wesley picks up his foul here. Speaking of Champagny, one of the reasons Spurs so optimistic is guys like him, as well as center Mamushkelavili, came on late and help him out. You see a 2-way contract, 15 games, and some of the numbers he put up. And he had a good summer as well. Thunder continue to attack, get rewarded with free throws as J-Dub Williams will go to the free throw line.
That was a reach down low, I believe, there by Charles. He's such a terrific shot blocker, and he gets off the ground so quickly. I know he's going for that reach, but that's a big-time risk.
A lot of excitement going on with the Spurs, and rightfully so. You got a chance to lock in your season ticket membership featuring the best price tickets, monthly payment plans, and the ultimate flexibility with multiple plan options for all budgets. Find the perfect membership plan for you. Text SAVE to 210-444-5050. For always go to spurs.com/memberships for more info. Wesley. Vassell drops it down to Wembanyama. Nice cut by Champagny. Knocked around, comes back out to Victor. 6 on the shot clock. He motors in the lane. Scoop shot. Oh my goodness. You're thinking, how's he going to dunk it? No, I'll just show you this.
Hey, Bill. I mean, are you kidding me? And I've said it numerous times that he's going to do stuff every single game. You go, what in the world was that? And that was that time. And here comes another one.
The steal behind the back, ahead, Wesley. Oh my! Spurs bench was ready to erupt, and then Williams the other way. Denied as Bassi there for the rim protection. Harum Scarum. Wesley to the rack, slapped away, and a foul.
I mean, how about this one here, ladies and gentlemen? Beautiful ball fake, spin move, up and underneath, hangs in the air, beautiful use of the left hand. I mean, he's beating a smaller guy off the dribble there, then he's taking it right at a 7'1" Chet Holmgren. A little razzle-dazzle, showing this all kinds of talent.
Pops a 3 to boot.
Yeah, I mean, get out of here.
Wembanyama putting on a show with 15 points.
We're going to have fun this year, I think.
Yeah, and Holmgren, who's done his part for this Oklahoma City crowd, has now hit a second three. He has 17 points and 8 rebounds and done it in just 12 minutes. Collins right back at Holmgren for 2.
That's that lefty jump hook I was talking about earlier when he came back to his right and got it blocked by Holmgren. Zach's got that lefty jump hook around the rim. He's got to continue to use it. That was a smart play there. Throw your body in the 7-footer, diffuse the shot blocker. Now Victor's starting to heat up. And Jay Will, he's not thinking that guy that tall is just going to let it fly like a guard.
Spurs by 17, 7:27 to go. First half, 59-42. As Giddy will pop the shot for a deuce.
Oh. Don't give up on that play too early. He has all kinds of space behind him.
Wembanyama, it's another jumper. 62-44 on the triple.
Hey, didn't I say earlier we're all going to have to take a deep breath? Let's throw that out the window.
Not us, just the fans. Oh, goodness.
He's working off screens and shooting the ball like he's a guard out there. I made a remark earlier in that possession where he was posted up and there's all kinds of space behind him. He gave up on the play and so did the passer. All you got to do is lob the ball over the top. There's no one back there. He's going to get to it.
18 for Victor Wembanyama. And Lugens Dort going to the free throw line. Shame the young guy's not enjoying himself.
They're not having any fun out there, are they?
Well, obviously with him, and then for Holmgren to finally get on the floor, you know, preseason or not, he's really got to be excited, right?
And he's been
denied a game you love.
Very impressive. Holmgren has been. Yeah, he's showing you all kinds of talent. Right now, Victor's just turned up the volume a little bit.
It's an OKC team that went 40-42 last year, was the number 10 seed, won a play-in game against New Orleans before being ousted by Minnesota. And remember tonight, they do not have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Spurs are without a couple of guys too, but point is, the Thunder, a chance to be a really good team this season. The drive, a blocking foul will be called.
Well, I think if you're the Thunder, you have to start believing that you're going to crack that top 6 and work yourself into the playoffs. They have the talent. The young guys are maturing. Right into the season, they're going to be that much better. Giddey's an amazing point guard. Obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is all-world. Then you throw Holmgren in that mix, and Jalen Williams, they have a phenomenal core. And I hope those guys remember the history of this franchise past, because this team had 3 studs at one point. And if those 3 guys stay together, there are banners up there.
Sean Preston and crew put together pretty phenomenal when they moved from Seattle. Knocked away and out of bounds. We'll stay with the Thunder with 9 on the shot clock, 6:34 to go here in the first quarter. Bill and Sean Elliott with you tonight. Mark Daigneault, his 4th year as the head coach. He was an assistant with Billy Donovan before taking over, and also the coach of their G League team, the Blue, prior to that. Up and under, good for Giddey. Thunder ball their way, trying to come back down 15 now. Grant, a little off balance. Good, and an and one.
He's got a complete offensive package. He's jumping off the wrong foot there for that floater, and still puts perfect rotation on it, the right amount of touch for an and one. He's shifty, he's clever. He's just a natural born scorer.
He's a rookie out of Ohio State. In this 19, he averaged double figures, 10 points a game. Finished the season like so many of these young guys. The last 9, he averaged 16 a contest. And then went to work this summer. Great summer league. Went over to Spain. Did some work there. Dort.
Yeah, he can make that. He made a number of those against our guys. Remember, he made one of those in the corner.
Yes.
I think beat the buzzer here a few years back.
Made 135 threes last year, second on the team. Osman draws the foul, drive into the hole. 66-51.
Foul number 11, Isaiah Joe. That's his second. Both teams now on the bonus. Cedi Osman at the line.
Cedi Osman has his work so far tonight. 5:57 remaining in the half. Penny comes on for the Spurs.
Well, he made a great cut to the basket. He's rewarded there. But like I said, with you have him and Doug McDermott on the floor at the same time, both guys are moving out the basketball, know how to score. It's going to be a nightmare for a lot of defenders.
Spurs by 17, 68-51. Dort, great fake, goes to the hole, blocked by the body of Collins, I believe. Two on the shot clock, Isaiah Joe.
Solid
Rebound
defense
Osman.
all the way around. Great rotations, great help at the basket by Zach Collins, make an extra pass instead of getting a layup, and you end up with a contested three ball.
Branham. He can score in a flurry and a hurry. Williams for three. Jay Will. Ahead to Giddey. Wallace, and now Isaiah Joe, and he rattles in a triple. Spurs will take a timeout on that one. There's the Thunder. Makes it a 13-point game, 70-57.
Joe just trailing the break, finds himself an easy one in transition. Spurs up by 13.
Well, welcome back to OKC. The Spurs and the Thunder. San Antonio 70-57 leader here in the third. The remainder of the preseason schedule, all will be televised. TNT's got the Friday game at the Frostbank Center, 6:30 for that one, if you can make it. And then we'll see you again on CW 35 for the Rockets next week, followed by the Spurs conclude the preseason out on the West Coast in San Francisco facing the Warriors. That game will be seen on NBA TV.
Yeah, I remember a time when we didn't televise any preseason games.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Well, the new guy got 18 points.
Oh, yeah, I think that's why.
7 of 9 from the floor. Holmgren was 17 and 8 boards to face OKC. Branham from the corner. Malachi Branham. Showing all that work paying off. He's in double figures with a dozen.
How about the court vision and awareness, though, from Trey Jones? As soon as you saw that secondary defender duck in there a little bit, the ball's away to the corner.
Dort's miss. Penny's rebound. Jones comes up with it. Gets it right back. Oh, got up there, didn't know where to go. Wallace. As Osman gave chase. And the rookie, Mason Wallace. 19-year-old out of Kentucky after 1 year.
That's a nice finish.
Branham, they got a piece of that.
Kind of shocked me with that athleticism. He got off the ground quickly.
Giddey, blocked by the Spurs. Holmgren comes back on. As Jay Will. Williams goes out.
Yeah, Osman in pursuit there. And Wallace just able to explode. Beautiful two-handed finish in the open court.
Back out to Holmgren. 3:35 remaining in the third. And the oop to Chet Holmgren.
And that's what I want our guys to do there with the picture. Throw it up there. And no one else can get it but Chet.
Jones, a little runner. And very proficient at that. 75-61. Trey Jones with 9. He gets you double figures at 11. I beg your pardon. As Giddy answers with a 2 of his own. 75-63. Giddy and his twin figures with 10 now. Jones the miss. Rebound comes down. Jones back out. Champagny doesn't hesitate. Rebound off. And Williams will bring it back.
I like that shot by Julian.
Oh, the two-hand stuff. Spurs thought he traveled. Regardless, the Thunder crowd makes some noise. Collins. And that's rejected inside. Giddy gives it up. Dort measures a 3. And the foul is good again.
3 dunks in a row. 2 in transition, and then Jalen Williams does a nice job just staying in that play.
And the Spurs, for the first time tonight, really face a little adversity. With the crowd into it, they turn it over. Giddy. Dort.
Bill, normally you'd see Pop call a timeout. They would have called timeout a few possessions ago. Maybe after that second dunk in transition. But he's letting the guys figure it out right now.
Osman, 7 on the shot clock. Just 1:30 to go in the quarter. Collins. Oh, a blocking foul. The ire of the OKC crowd.
Yeah, Zach kind of quit on that play thinking that he's going to hear a whistle. You can see his reaction here, and that's a block. He's not in position yet, so keep playing there. You can see his feet aren't set as Zach goes in that move. Dort's just a hair late.
Yeah, it's good to see players are in mid-season form when it comes to complaining about fouls. As Lou gets Dort pleading his case, thinking this was Game 7 of a playoff contest. The crowd quiets a little bit as Spurs go to the free throw line, and Collins gets the first one to fall. And the second. 77-69. Holmgren gives it off to Giddy. Wembanyama came in during the break, kicks it out. Jones underneath Collins. Talk about doing your work early.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad that he didn't finish that.
Yeah, that was a terrific setup there.
And Trey Jones with the foul.
That was nothing.
And that's basically what Holmgren was saying.
Yeah. There it is. The foul's called. He's going up.
And Victor's learned too, right?
Yeah.
No, we're not giving freebies away after the whistle.
No. and, you know, it's funny that you had the skinniest guys on the court, you know, flexing like they're, you know, Mr. Universe after they both scored 3-point plays.
Love it. Holmgren. Closes within 7. Spurs' largest lead was 19. A minute to go here in the half.
Well, like I said, Pop would have called timeout several possessions ago, but he's going to let his guys play through this. Get a little bit of conditioning, figure it out. You give them something to look at on tape if you even watch this one.
Collins knocking down the 3 ball.
He's got to do a lot more of that this year, and he's well aware of it. Pop wants him to take that 3 ball.
He's got 9. Spurs 9 of 16 from 3, 56% and shooting 58% overall. Giddy. Up and under there. Gobbled up by Victor.
Yeah, you have to get awfully creative when you see that big guy coming at you. Start calculating in your head how you're going to get that shot off.
Spurs send both bigs down low. And now Jones trying to create, gets fouled on his way to the hoop with 19 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, I never saw this coming. 80.
He's thinking
in the first half.
It's the end of the third quarter. No, it's the end of the half. Jones with the miss here.
Saw the Warriors a few years back put 95 up on the Chicago Bulls, I believe, in a half. The day's coming. Somebody's going to hang a 2-spot on somebody else. It's going to be a 200-point game.
Spurs by 10. Shot clock off. 8 seconds to go.
Just space him. He goes into that shot. Yeah, didn't scare it.
That's a good shot over Victor Wembanyama. That was impressive. 2 seconds. Jones from past half court. What a half to start the preseason. 81-74 as the offense is in gear. 7-footers putting on a show as well. Spurs lead it 81-74 at the half here on Valley Sports. Stay with us. San Antonio Spurs basketball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Frost Bank, the official bank of the San Antonio Spurs. We welcome you back to Oklahoma City in the Paycom Center, where the Spurs opening up the preseason and leading it by 7. The biggest lead was 19. Spurs had a 43-point first quarter. The Thunder a 44-point second quarter in this one. And they start the second half the way they started the ball game. Spurs with Jones, gives it up to Wembanyama. Back out to Jones, now to Vassell.
Yeah, but pretty much a complete line change for the Thunder. A bunch of guys out there. Trey Mann didn't play in the first half, and boy, is he a spark plug. He's instant offense. Davis Bertans didn't see the floor in the first half, and he's firing as soon as he gets in the game.
The Latvian laser knocks down the 3. Yeah, interesting how, obviously, the preseason, it's different for each club on what you want to do, who you want to play, how many minutes, which way you want to go. Wembanyama misses that one, and bringing it back is Trey Mann. Kick out to Bertans.
Well, no warm-up required.
No, and Pop was asked a little bit about him before the game, and he said, hey, he was great with us. He goes, he knows what he needs to do, and he does it. And even though they don't have much of a scouting report, I'm sure he let them know, you need to guard this guy.
Well, a little lax on the defense to start off, and everybody's getting a tongue lashing.
Pop pregame talking about Victor Wembanyama, his coach in France, how they handled him, and you see how it's worked so far here tonight. Spurs face a little full court pressure. Davis Bertans a couple of threes after not playing in the first half. They've also got Kenrich Williams out there with him, along with Sean mentioned Trey Mann,
who's instant offense as well.
Yes. Man on a floor that averaged 7 points a game last year is Snyder. They're going to have a deep ball club. Collins nearly stolen by Davis. Champagny can't make him pay. Collins off the glass and good.
A difficult shot there. Had a Euro step around the defender. Shoot that little floater with his right leg moving left. Use the glass nicely to soften up the shot.
11 with 4 boards, 5 assists for Collins. Davis Bertans for 3. I'm laughing because it's the preseason.
He looks like a robot three-point shooter. A little AI sprinkled in there. I mean, he's not, he doesn't look like he's going to miss.
On the deck, the Thunder wins that fight. On the drive, and the dunk is good by Usman Jang.
And that's Pop giving Victor a wide berth, like he said. Just letting him kind of make mistakes out there on the floor, figure out what he can and can't do against NBA talent.
Tie game. Jones couldn't finish, and the Thunder, after being down 19, nearly takes the lead and will have a chance to as a foul is called on that drive.
Foul is on number 24, Devin Vassell. That is his first foul.
Devin Vassell with a foul.
A little contact down low. There it is right there. A little push.
Man, third year out of Florida, just 22. Free throw line, 76% a year ago.
Yeah, he's one guy in the league that you just don't want him to get started. Because the only way you're going to stop him is keep him catching the ball, and he has the ball in his hands a lot.
Trey Jones brings it across with the Spurs down by 2. And trailed since the early going in the first quarter. Vassell back to Trey. Pulls up. Collins. Great effort.
Man, great patience underneath as well. Not to go straight up here. Get your feet set, your base underneath you.
Trey Mann over Wemby coming over late there.
Yeah, Wemby came out of nowhere. I don't think Trey Mann even saw him.
Vassell, tough one. Wemby interfered enough to slow down the break.
Even when Victor looks like he's out of a play, he still has a chance to get to it. Those arms go on forever.
Jang out front. Here's Mann. Usman. Jang couldn't handle the pass, and Spurs get it via the turnover. Vassell kicks it back out. Champagny. Victor. Count for 2.
No one stands a chance there. I mean, he looks like varsity against JV on that play.
20 for Wembanyama. Bertans knocks down another 3. Davis Bertans. Last year with Dallas, averages 4 points a game. His best year was when he was with the Wizards one year, when he averaged 15.
Absolute weapon.
He can light it up. Career 40% three-point shooter. He got a dozen on 4-4 tonight. All here in the start of the second half. Jones with a miss from the baseline. Jang. Kenrich Williams. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the third. Rebound off to Champagny. Doug McDermott checks in a moment for the Spurs. Collins. Jones can't knock down the triple.
Oh, don't let that man shoot it.
That one was from Tulsa, though.
He's human.
Goodness gracious. Inside to Collins from Wembanyama, and it's a turnover. Oh, Bertans was calling for it again, running to the other corner.
And Payson Wallace had a wide open look for a second, but out of the corner of his eyes, you can see Victor. And you kind of take your eye off the ball, and it gets away from you.
Collins back to Vassell, 9 on the shot clock. Wembanyama, no hesitation for 3, in and out.
Zach was held there.
Yep, and they caught it. On Davis Bertans. Jones comes out, Branham is in. McDermott on. Big stay in Collins and Wembanyama. Collins double teamed inside. No problem. Weaves his way around it.
Again, great patience there by Zach.
15 for Zach Collins. 35 out of your two bigs so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's in jail here when he catches it. He's got white jerseys all around him. Takes his time. Again, gets his base underneath him. Beautiful use of the rim and the glass.
Collins, 63 games in a comeback season last year, averaging 11 and 6. After basically missing most of 2 years with the various injuries. Vassell pulls up 3. Way off the mark.
I want to see him use that screen by Zach Collins. Zach is setting that screen for him. Doesn't just have to settle for that 3 ball.
Timeout is called with 6:19 remaining in the third quarter. The preseason opener. OKC 92-91.
Yeah, not too many players going to block that putback from Victor.
Welcome back, Spurs. Trailing by 1 here. Both these teams kind of mirror each other in many ways. And one is that they're really happy with their solid young base. You take a look at what the Spurs have added. Obviously, Victor. Also, Sissoko coming from France, a draft pick. Rice out of Texas. We've talked a lot about Osman and Biotico also coming in. They lost Keita Bates-Diop, who's with Phoenix, Gorgie Jang, Romeo Langford. But Spurs returning the bulk of their key players. And that's why, chemistry-wise, too, you expect to just see some great development.
You're older, you're smarter.
Nice pass leads to Jang getting the open layup. 94-91.
Smart play there from Jang.
Osman to Branham.
Just stayed in that one. After the offensive rebound, makes a great cut, and he's rewarded.
Collins misses the 3. Kenrich Williams comes away with a rebound. TCU gives it up here. Gets it right back. Man left it. Vassell weaving his way to the bucket. And he was fouled.
It shows you just how tough that shot is. He's going full speed, moving to his left, tries to put it back in his right hand. Not for the foul. It's an extremely difficult shot to make.
Just good to see him healthy. Says the knee's not bothering him at all. Not even a thought. As he goes to the line, now a word from Frost Bank. Speaking of Frost Bank, the newly named Frost Bank Center, the home for the Spurs now. And they'll be home Friday to take on the Miami Heat. Preseason game. You catch it on TNT. It's a 6:30 tip if you're coming to the Frost Bank Center. Man. Bertans back out. Great movement by the Thunder. 10 on the shot clock. Spurs rotating so far. 7. Man, a stop and pop. Massey the rebound. Massey, Osman, Branham, Vassell and McDermott for the Spurs. Malachi Branham blocked at the rim. Jang gives it up on the break. Williams underneath. Jang blocked by Massey.
Charles
Did they not know
the place.
Bertans was open again? The guy hadn't missed. Did they not like him? I mean, goodness gracious.
Well, you got me on that one. I think Charles Bassey is all over the place, and let's not forget that last season he blocked a ton of shots, got a lot of rebounds, finished off plays nicely underneath. That's what got him that contract.
Yeah, and another guy now that healthy, you see what he's so capable of. Branham tripped up, foul called as Isaiah Joe will come back to the game for OKC. 4:36 remaining in the third quarter. We had an 81-point first half for the Spurs. They led by 7. Thunder released Davis Bertans to start the second half and have the lead 94-91. 3 on the shot clock. McDermott fires. Won't go.
Outstanding defense, better ball movement. one Doug normally makes.
There's Bertans again. This one, man. Gives it back to Joe, got the rebound. 7 on the shot clock. Trey Mann, boy, good D by Blake Wesley.
Solid D. Not many defenders are going to stop Trey Mann one-on-one. Excellent effort there from Blake Wesley.
Well, Spurs last year gave up 123 a game. Yes, that was last in the league. And Bob mentioned, obviously, in the preseason that, hey, defense is certainly going to have to improve, but it starts with individual accountability in plays like Wesley just made, and then he ends up getting a bucket at the other.
Then he used that screen nicely. Just curls around it. Chris Paul style. Finds himself with that mid-range jumper.
Oh, going top shelf. Couldn't finish. Williams short on the 3. Osman with a carom. 3:27 counting in the third. McDermott. Wesley spots Chetty. Little floater off the iron. Kenrich Williams brings it back. Met at the rim is Williams. He is fouled by McDermott.
Well, both these teams just getting up and down. I'm sure the coaches are enjoying it. The guys getting a lot of conditioning in this one.
In the preseason, as far as training camp, I should say, is hardly a thing anymore, Sean. Media day was what, a week ago?
Right.
And yeah, they've been in the gym, but camp started on Tuesday, and now you play 5 preseason games, and it gets going for real.
Oh, you're trying to push my button, aren't you?
Just thinking if you're paying attention or
training camp back in the day, back in my day.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
You know, there were 2 days, there was contact. You know, both practices, for the first 3 or 4 days, your body was so sore, it's unimaginable. But, you know, it's paying off for these guys now. It's a different type of game. It's much more up-tempo. It's not nearly as physical, but it'd be hard to keep this kind of pace if you're just working guys into the ground.
Wiggins got his own, blocked by Bassey. Reset on the shot clock. Thunder misses again from outside, but this time from Joe. Bassey with 8 rebounds tonight. Wesley kicks it. Osman for 3, off the mark. Bassey couldn't come up for this one.
Blake Wesley's making some good decisions with the basketball last 3 or 4 possessions.
Wiggins works his way to the free throw line. Chetty Osman called for the foul.
My bad. 2 shots, guys. Thank you.
Foul is on number 16, Chetty Osman.
So Wiggins to the free throw line. 83% a year ago. The Thunder will continue the preseason with a home game against Detroit Thursday before they go on the road to Charlotte.
One shot, man.
They also play Milwaukee and Detroit again before starting up the regular season. Mark Daigneault in his club after 40 and 42 a year ago. They were predicted to win 23 games last year.
And they were a few times Vegas is off on that one.
They missed the mark there. Osman. And out of bounds. It'll go back to the Thunder. Thunder check in with Jeremiah Robinson Earl. 6'9" out of Villanova, his 3rd season. Osman. That screened and behind the play for the block.
That's a brilliant pass there by Williams. But I love the effort. It's a terrific cut. And I love the fact that Osman just stays in that play. Doesn't allow an easy bucket. Make him earn them from the free throw line.
Clock at 1:57 here in the 3rd. Joe makes it 99-95. Spurs down a nickel as Wesley brings it up. Great cut. Wesley got it knocked.
They tried to bring it up on the right side of the rim. The left side was open. He brought it right back to the defense. That's when you look out on tape and figure out, just lay it up on the left side of the glass, you get yourself 2 points.
Wiggins, tough shot is Jetty good D. Rebound, Bassey. Jetty up, nope. Don't call it that end. He's probably disappointed about that. Wiggins corner three. Wesley batted it out, but it comes to Kenrich Williams. And Williams, it's all tangled up. And Robinson Lewis says thank you, picks up the garbage.
In the right place at the right time. Good hands there by Blake Wesley. He almost comes up with the steal.
102-95 as the Thunder's taking control here in the third quarter. After trailing at the half by 7. Spurs another turnover. Spurs got 20 from Victor Wembanyama along with 5 rebounds. Imagine he might be done for this evening. You never know how they want to play it here. Chet Holmgren, 21 in the first half with 9 boards. Has yet to play in the second. There's a whole new starting 5 for Degna. And the three goes in. OKC got it going its way. 104-95.
Well, like I said, I mean, both these teams are deep. They're talented. There are a lot of guys coming off the bench for both ball clubs that can just put the ball in the basket.
Stand corrected. That was a 2, not a 3. Wesley kicks out. Branham got it for 3.
That's body control there by Blake Wesley, not to pick up the charge. Find Malachi by himself in the corner.
Buzzer beater won't go, and the Spurs find themselves down 6 after 3. A 13-point swing in the third quarter. Zach Collins has had some strong play with 15, 5, and 5.
He was patient underneath. This one, a difficult shot off his right leg, gets it to fall, but then he's going to work underneath, using that big body, getting physical. Zach Collins with a nice performance.
Thunder outscored the Spurs 30-17 at the Paycom Center here in OKC. As a result, lead at 104-98 as we go to the fourth quarter. Our scoring leaders tonight for the San Antonio Spurs: Victor Wembanyama with 20, Zach Collins 15, Malachi Branham 15 off the bench, Holmgren with 21, Dorton with 14 for OKC. And the Thunder shooting 45% going to the fourth. Spurs 48%.
It's an impressive performance from both seven-footers. I really love Chet Holmgren's attitude. I mean, he came out like he was an assassin, and he was looking for blood from the very beginning. Very aggressive.
Sandro Mamukelashvili gets his first action here of the preseason. Red shoes out front to Bassey. Along with Wesley, he pass up him. Bassey. The big men work together.
Oh, not bad there. Good penetration and pitch from Mamu. How about the end of his season last year?
Terrific. Last 11 games, averaged 13 and 7. Shot 49%. Very savvy player.
Yep.
Sophomore, rather a 6'10" out of Seton Hall. Bassey comes up with a rebound, and he has been all over the boards. In 14 minutes, he has 10 rebounds to go with 6 points.
And he's been active on the defensive end as well. I want to see him continue to shoot the ball from the outside. Remember, he's got three-point range. If you're watching Charles Bassey for the first time, you're saying, what? But he knocked down a few last year. He's got a nice jump shot.
Man gets the bucket, 106-100. Man now with a half dozen. Penny. Ball was out of bounds. Goes back to Oklahoma City. The ref, who was out of bounds.
Aren't they always?
Oh, first shot at them. It's the first preseason game.
I love them. I love them.
Oh, yeah. On the drive, the kick, and the jumper won't go. Robinson Earl, Spurs bring it back. Both teams getting ready to sub fresh players. Deontay Johnson for Oklahoma City gets ready to come in. Bassey saves.
Oh, that was the right idea.
Yep.
How about our Methodist Healthcare assist? Mamu and Charles Bassey working together. Good penetration. Just sucks in the other big man. And there's Charles right in the middle of the paint. A little pop-a shot for your Methodist Healthcare assist.
Spurs bring on the rookie second-round draft pick, Sissoko. CD Sissoko pops it. Asked about a French reporter tonight. What was it that you saw in him that you wanted to bring him to Spurs? He said, love his body, his physicality, and his personality. Quick feet. He said he's great to be around. Thinks he's got a chance to really contribute down the line.
Yeah, has a lot of Boris's game in him. Excellent, yeah, excellent passer. He's physical. He's definitely a tough kid.
Wesley with the bucket. And Frenchman reporting said, so he's going to play a lot. And he's like, no, he's going to play a lot in the G League. He said he needs to play. That's the deal. He said he needs to get 30 games under his belt instead of just watching us. But that doesn't stop you from being thrilled about it. Well, we were talking to Michael Cage, who does the color analyst work for the Thunder. Another one of these things these organizations both do so well is develop young players.
Right.
Mamu's pass just off the mark. Wesley's fast, but not that quick.
Right.
Waters the third gives it up, gets it back. A two-way deal out of Oklahoma State. A fan favorite because he played nearby Stillwater. 110-103 Thunder. Devontae Graham. Back to Mamu. Swirls out on the triple.
You guys are just standing a little bit too much at the beginning of that offensive possession. Got to get back to moving like that first team did early on in the first half.
Johnson with a miss out of Kansas State. Penny comes away with the rebound, gives it up to Blake Wesley. Wesley looking for an opening. Mamu had a touch on it. Man the other way. Spots a wide open Waters, and he knocks it down. Indy Waters the third year NBA experience.
Well, the second half is giving Pop a little film room material, especially in transition. Defense has been a little lackadaisical. We saw it at the jump with Davis Bertans getting so many wide open shots.
Buzzer beater? No. Shot clock violation. Wesley with the three. Mamu tapped it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
We'll take a brief timeout here in the fourth in Oklahoma City. Spurs group got work to do, down 10 with 7:01 remaining. Welcome back. Our HEB inside the game, none other than Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, because he just did so many things in this game already that just are jaw-dropping. The put back over Holmgren, little crossover and finish. You don't see 7-foot 3 or 4 or 5, whatever he is, guys doing that. And then how about hanging in the air with that beautiful little lefty finish? This is my favorite play because, like I say all the time, dunks beget dunks. You start dunking hard in the paint and in transition, people are going to let you go. No one wants to get dunked on. You keep dunking the ball like that, you're going to get more dunks than you count.
20 points, 5 boards in 19 minutes. Had a couple of threes, a couple of steals. Block. Thunder. Ooh, controlled things here in the second half. And Dominic Barlow just comes into the game and takes a tumble. Says he's okay. His first action.
Julian Champagnie just stayed in that play nicely. Great timing to get that ball right when it comes out. Last person you want to see get hurt there is Dominic Barlow. He had a fantastic summer. He's one of my favorite players to watch in Summer League. Terrific, pardon me, Sean. Terrific rebounder, improved his jump shot.
Jabari Rice also comes in. Last year at the University of Texas. Has the ball out front. Misses with a floater, trying to keep it alive. Comes back to the Thunder, 6:23 and counting here in the fourth frame. OKC knocks down the three. Usman Jang. 20-year-old France.
Tell you what, France right now, they're a factory. They're putting out some amazing basketball players. You got to credit, give Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, give those guys a ton of credit because they influence this generation.
Graham with a miss, tapped out to Sissoko, another one from France. Back to Dominic Barlow, he can't get it to fall. Spurs have tailed off. They were red hot shooting early tonight, just 46% now. 11 of 32 from 3 out of bounds. It'll go back to the silver and black. Spurs first of 5 preseason games, all to be televised. Our next local telecast will be next week. A pair of games against Houston that will be seen on CW35. Their next game is 6:30 Friday night at the Frostbank Center. It's Miami. TNT will have the TV there as Mamu cuts and scores.
How about the nifty pass there from Sidi? Beautiful bounce pass on the money. Great cut by Mamu.
Ahead from Graham to Barlow. Blocked and taken away.
Did he get pulled down there?
Blocked from behind. Out of bounds back to OKC.
I think the officials have dinner reservations. They're just letting the guys play right now.
You're complaining?
No, oh no.
Hey, there's another thing they like about Sissoko.
Yeah.
Just good all-around player, good vision.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a little bit of Boris in him.
Jang with the reverse. (118-105).
Beautiful reverse layup there by Jang. And again, another terrific French talent.
Rice in and one.
I like the ball fake there. Just gets the defender off balance. Right there. I mean, that was world class, actually. He throws the ball up there. Very patient with that ball fake. Gets himself all the way to the rim for an and one.
6'4", 170. He spent 4 years at New Mexico State before stand out on that outstanding Texas team last year. We averaged 13 a game. Big 12 Conference 6 Man of the Year. Gets the three-point play.
Yeah, really sold that fake.
118-108. Johnson. Off the mark. Sissoko harassed out of midcourt. Back to Devontae Graham. Barlow to Mamu. Good movement. Rice cashes in. The Thunder will take a timeout. 118-111.
All right. Serve Jabari Rice. with some nice plays. Beautiful ball fake for an and one, then doubles it up with a 3-ball in the corner.
A look at the Spurs schedule with 14 sets of back-to-backs, 6 home. The 9-game rodeo road trip, we're used to that. Last year, a couple of games in Austin. They're going to do it again. Premier opponents with the Nuggets and the Nets coming to town up in Austin March 15th to the 17th. Remember, the in-season tournament gets underway, and that's going to be a lot of fun to add a little spice to the early part of the season. And what better way than to start off the regular season on the 25th when they host the Dallas Mavericks. And then Rockets come to town to follow them.
Just so much to look forward to.
On the drive, Wendy Waters. It's the follow-up. Underscore coming out of the timeout. Back to a 9-point game. C.D. Sissoko. It's back from Barlow. Rice, 3 on the shot clock. Is he aware? Shot clock violation.
It's Thunder ball.
Spurs have got Charles Bediako on the floor right now as well. He'll be out of Alabama.
Another player who's going to probably spend a lot of time in the G League. He's got athleticism, he's really raw. But you can see that he's got some length. And he just needs time just like anybody else.
6'11", 225, 2 years with the Crimson Tide. Waters misses the buzzer beater. Spurs recover. Devontae Graham brings it across. 2:50 remaining. Sissoko out to Jabari Rice, and now Bediako. 10 on the shot clock. Graham is loose. He cans the jumper.
Well, he's a walking bucket. We already know that about Devontae Graham.
6 years out of the Kansas program.
Yeah. Just needs a crack of daylight to get that shot off.
Good veteran fit to this team. Jang. There's Graham to scoop it up. Rice right back to Devontae. Bediako.
You don't like that power move there. Throws his shoulder right into the chest of the defense. Beautiful right-handed hook off the glass. And he took his time there. Wasn't in a hurry.
4-point game with 1:54 to go. Jang for 3. Spurs with a rebound. Bediako gives it up here. Bob saying push it. Graham for 3. And the Spurs win it 1.
That's what happened.
21-19.
He's got a beautiful shot. He's got perfect rotation on it. And it hits the front of the rim, and he gives it a chance. He gives it a chance because of the rotation on the ball. It's out.
Yep, on the deck. Jack White lost it.
Well, just watch the rotation on that one. Pretty perfect, and that's going to soften up your shot. And he gets the kind bounce.
So we got a ball game with 1:25 to go. Coaches looked at each other. Did they say overtime?
The officials aren't going to let it happen, though. I'm telling you.
Graham with a miss. The follow. Oh, my. Barlow just missing. Would have given the Spurs the lead or tied it up. He'll give them the lead. 1-point margin here as Wendy Waters the third with it out front.
Well, he might dunk that one next time.
Inside a minute. Waters with the 2.
Yeah, I mean, again, normally Pop's going to call timeout in these situations. They're going to talk about it. He's just going to let these guys figure it out. There's a ball fake again. It's nasty.
Rice got that one blocked with 9 on the shot clock to the delight of the Thunder crowd that has hung around here.
Looked like he was kind of going in there, maybe looking to pass it. At the last second, decides to shoot it. And that was a good block, good effort there from Jack White.
Barlow inside. Bediako pulls him back within 1. 122, 121. About 10 seconds difference. Game clock, shot clock. See if the Spurs can get a stop and get a final possession.
Again, nice effort there from C.D. Sissoko, just taking his time with the basketball. I think that was Dominic Barlow dropping it off to Bediako.
Waters a miss. Spurs will have a chance. 13 seconds to go. Down 1. 122, 121. Graham to Bediako. It is blocked. 3.1 on the clock. Spurs will get it out underneath the basket. So what would this group know to do after 5 days of training camp?
Not much.
Let's see if they can get a look.
Let's see if they get Bediako for a lob here. Any grab coming off. I thought the big guy might cut.
Graham couldn't get it to fall. And the Thunder escape with a 122-121 victory. All in all, a bunch of fun at the Paycom Center. And the debut professionally of Victor Wembanyama here with the San Antonio Spurs in the preseason. Certainly one of the big highlights as he ended up with 20.
There's a screen, and I like that effort from Devontae. Yeah, had enough on it, just a little bit to the left.
Always take your chances with him.
Yeah, no question.
Right?
He's not afraid to take that shot. It's preseason. Why not? You have nothing to lose.
Thunder win at 122-121. Very entertaining contest tonight as Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren both face their teams. Quite an effort and a lot of fun to call and watch. Hope you enjoyed it. Spurs will be back in action on Friday at home. Remember, that's a 6:30 tip against Miami at the Cross Bank Center, and you can catch it on TNT. For Sean Elliott, this is Bill Lamb. Thanks to our crew. Good to be back at it once again. Spurs fall to the Thunder in the preseason. 122-121. So long, everybody.